in the red pill ideology, and we can get some more examples, is it a result of just common sense or men not getting play the way they want to get play?
It's not a result of common sense at all. If you look at the red pill community, there are some men are misogynistic, not all. Some of them aren't, but some of it is rooted in men who've been rejected, men who were the court system has failed them in like divorces and stuff like that. Men who were bullied as well, men who have parental trauma as well. You have a lot of men in that community who have the extreme ideology, and they have this polarized thinking that's coming from things that they have not resolved. That's the red pill community. The more unhealthy standpoints, and I get it. I understand why it's there. A lot of times it's just a protective defense mechanism that they're utilizing, and they're trying to protect other men. But at what cost is the issue of the red pill community? Y'all can have your think points all day long, but when it gets to a place to where a community is building paranoia in somebody, or paranoia on young men, we'll say that. Well, I'm not even saying all young men, because some of them are older. But you are acting on other men's trauma as well, projecting your trauma onto other men's trauma. You're building a community out of your own projection of trying to connect with people who have similar traumas because you have issues that are unresolved. That's when it becomes the issue of the red pill community.
So why did you think I was red pill? I want to see the similarities. No, I was going to know so I could talk about it from that perspective.
I was just asking, because I remember a big, not you in specific, but I remember a lot of the talking points that was, well, let's go back to, Kevin, right? Okay. A lot of people, now I don't know if he was necessarily, right, but a lot of the ideas about, what is it? Hypergamy, alpha, high value man, all those things have been morphed into this thing. And then where I'm about to go back to before we go further with that is, as a result, though, there's been this vitriol towards women online, right?
Oh, yeah.
The value of a woman has been questioned, right?
To her sexual market value.
So before
to that.
Yes. Okay, let's stick on that real quick. Sexual marketplace value.
Take your time.
That's how you know I never say that shit. Okay, first of all, that's how you know I never say that. Jay, do you think sexual marketplace value is a thing?
For sure.
For sure. Mm-hmm. How would you define it?
I wouldn't, but I mean, I can't deny it, right? I feel like men like women for what they look like. I'm a man. I like women for what they look like. But I mean, if you somebody that can't go deeper than that, then like I mean, that's all your worth is, if that makes sense. But like I can't say that that's not a thing. I'm not about to sit up here and act like it's not a thing. So I definitely think it's a thing. It ain't really too much to say about it.
It's a problem when you're assigning it to every woman, though. It's a problem when you're dehumanizing and objectifying women and you're limiting them to their sexual market value and you're saying that's all that a woman is good for. That's when it becomes a problem. There are some women that there is their value. You're not going to talk about them. Some of them, yeah.
Is and was. I don't know if you do it on your show. You probably don't, okay? But maybe you do. Was it fair to do the 1 through 10 not using 7?
So
We're going to stop it there, man. So we got the sexual marketplace. We got the guys online directing the energy towards women. How you guys feeling about this conversation thus far? Go ahead, Rennie, because it's like
I think it's an important one because, and it's something I've talked about for a while now. A lot of us as men, our arrested development is between the ages of like 13 to 17, because that's usually when we first got turned down by that girl we had a crush on. And from that point, if we've never seeked out any sort of healing, if you will, we have placed that 13 to 17-year-old girl's personification, sometimes even the way she looked, on every other woman we've met after her. And I'm talking well into your 40s. And a lot of these brothers are even sometimes married and resent their own wife because she's not that teenager that turned them down. And we're still feeling like we have to prove ourselves to our teenage selves, to that teenage girl. And because of that, and the lack of us actually seeking out therapy. The APA, the American Psychological Association, reports that only 26.4% of us are willing to go to therapy. And even then, if you want to see a therapist who looks like yourself, it's even tougher because Black Americans only make up about 3 to 4% at the doctoral level. We hold on to these things and we make community with other men who share the same hurt, so much to where we make it truth. And that is the harmful part about a lot of it.
Yeah, that's great. Let's go to Rennie next.
I feel like he really hit the nail on the head. But I think a lot of what we're seeing, specifically when we're talking about our community, but like in general, there's a lot of, like he said, I think a lot of broken people, unhealed people, that create these communities. We talk about the red pill community. Um, I hate like the whole passport bros, but like things like that, those are created based on, I think, a bunch of unhealed men. So I think he hit the nail on the head. That was pretty much my perspective on it as well.
So for me, I don't really think it's a fair conversation because to me, like stuff like that has been happening with women. Only difference is when women talk about, I guess, men, it'd be like under the table. So it's not right now. I guess the red pill is like a large platform now. It's all over the internet. But under the table, women been doing the same thing as far as like saying from their trauma. So women, older women, their traumas are passed down to their daughters, to their nieces, to whoever female is close to them. And the trauma is basically saying that you don't need a man. You could do stuff only by yourself, the independent part. Not saying you can't be independent, but that's all they want women to do because men are going to cheat on them. They're going to leave you for a white woman, you know, all these different things that has been happening. This is way before YouTube. I've been hearing all of these things, all these crazy like statements to my, like I've been hearing it to me before I got married. And I had to kind of get away from it. Like, okay, I understand this is what you went through. This is what you believe. This is what you understand. But all men are not like this. So it's been crazy nonsense to me. I don't know how, if it's like to the same level as the red pill, but it's similar. So it's the same nonsense I've seen where it's like attacking another gender and, you know, it's trying to conquer over it. So results are a lot of women are single, choosing to be single. They're choosing to, you know, have kids by themselves now, right? Because it's not because there's no good men out there. It's because they're hearing all of these things from their family members, their women family members saying that you don't need these men. You could do this. You don't need it. I was a single mom. I was this. I was that. These are the results. Women don't even want to be married today. So I don't think it's a fair conversation. It's kind of like we're just, oh, well, why are these red pill men doing this? Well, why we never kind of fix the women doing this under the table? Maybe if we fix that, then we wouldn't even have a red pill. That's just my opinion.
Can I jump in? Y'all on? Okay. So I think everybody's trauma responding, both the men and the women. Everybody's going tit for tat. And one of the biggest things that we all need to realize is all of us been traumatized in one way, form, or fashion. We've been cheated on. Some people been beat, lied to, everything. And everybody is trauma responding. So like anything, people build community because they want to get around people who can feel what they feel. And I think that's one of the most dangerous things you can do, because when you get around people who feel how you feel and there's no community of development and true healing and restoration, all you're doing is bonded emotionally. And now it's just like the red pill and the passport bros. It's all they doing is trauma responding. Okay, we're gonna go overseas and do something with these other women because our women and the women, the sisters are saying something else. We're gonna date and or we're gonna, decenter men and all this stuff. Everybody's trauma responding. Everybody is hurt. And even like with the getting counseling conversation, I always tell people go to counseling with intention. Unfortunately, you can go to counseling and meet somebody, but what you went to counseling for, you still might need. You might not still be what that person want or desire. So I always tell people, man, if you find someone, once you find somebody you rock with like that, and y'all start going to the next level, I encourage people to go to counseling together so that y'all can work out them kinks together and grow together. Because me going to yes, going to counsel on my own for self development is important. Work out my own personal improvements, but as it pertains to relationships, you should always go to counseling together. But all this stuff is trauma responses. Now, I come from a biblical, standpoint. I believe was, in a grand scheme of things, worldly behavior is going to produce a worldly product, worldly fruit. If you don't have instructions on how to love or how to nurture somebody or how to react to somebody, you're gonna always do what you're used to doing, and that's what we're seeing with the men and women. Everybody's so used to doing what they used to doing and getting the same results. We're in 2025. You would think that people learn by now. It's 2025. We live in the most advanced time, and we still dating like we in the 50s, in the 20s. I'll land right there.